Good everyone, bonjour tout le monde, this is Roger, and welcome to this new program of Brothers in Arms as we continue our coverage of words of encouragement during this pandemic. Today we're going to meet a good friend of mine whom I served in the Canadian Airborne Regiment. He is a veteran of Somalia in 1993, and today Vince is a very good business coach and a motivator, and he's going to talk to us how we can stay motivated and positive in this challenging time. Here's my good friend, Vince Fowler. Hi Vince, how are you doing, my friend? Nice to see you.
One okay, sir. One okay.
Awesome. It's good to see you, my friend. Listen, thank you for accepting to meet us for this interview today. And I would like, maybe before we start about your message, can you just give us a quick intro about who you are, what you do now?
So the kind of work I do today, my military background plays perfectly into it. I work as a high-performance coach for business owners and entrepreneurs. When I was on, when you and I went on our basic para course, there was a friend who freezed. He wouldn't climb the ladder to the mock tower. It's not that he didn't know how to climb a ladder. It's that the top 2 inches, this real estate right here, he freaked out, right? Fear immobilized him, and he was unable to climb that ladder and exit the mock tower. Therefore, he did not succeed and pass the jump course. So again, that's not a strategy problem. That's a behavioral problem. So that's the kind of work I do today is where are people falling short from a behavioral perspective and not executing. And because if they don't execute, the business, falters. It impacts the way we support our community.
So like the type, like you said, your military training basically gives you the tools you need to be able to coach those people in this direction. And I see you're wearing a T-shirt here. It says "Embrace the suck." What does that mean?
Yeah, we got to embrace the suck. I mean, think about it. Life is never, ever absent of suck. So you remember well, if you've ever been in the military, if you're watching this, if you've ever been in the military, you know that basic training, has some degree of suck. And then from there, we go on to infantry school, and the suck is heavily amplified. Then, 2 weeks of jump school before J stage, those 2 weeks, aircraft drills and flight drills and equipment and so on, nothing but suck. But so why do we put up with the suck? Well, we do because on the other end of suck is a goal, some sort of achievement that's meaningful to us. So instead of just bitching about all the things we got to put up with in order to achieve our jump wings or, grow our business or summit our version of Mount Everest, we must be at peace with the suck between here and there.
So how do we put that, Vince, in the context that now we're veterans? We've all served in the military, and then we're at a junction in our lives when we need to take control of what's next. And a lot of people know, like what military careers will retire with some backgrounds, some challenges, mental challenges because of things they have gone through. How can we, encompass this, embrace the suck in this new dimension of our life?
I think, you asked a great question. When we leave the military and we pursue something new, I think the statistics are pretty clear that if we just retire from the military and we choose to do nothing, we're just, we're going to grow old and sit on our sofa and age out, and that's not going to be something enjoyable. If we ask ourselves a few questions, what do I want specifically? I've left the military. What do I want next? So get a sense of clarity around what do you want. And the next question is, how bad do I want it? Why? What's the purpose of this? What's the cause of this? What's the meaningful behind it? The why is kind of like if you think of a brick wall, we want a wall. The bricks represent the wall. the why is like the mortar that keeps it all together. The why is the glue, because we are always, like, again, life is never absent of suck. That why keeps us in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you pursue this daily torture to achieve something as simple as, little wings on our chest? And then the next question is, well, what are we willing to do temporarily to get it? So what do you want specifically? How bad do you want it, and why? And what are you willing to temporarily sacrifice in order to achieve it?
Oh.
And if you just ask those three questions every single day, then that's sort of a compass. And motivation comes from action. Motivation is the result of action. So in the beginning, it's like trying to move a lot. It's momentum, right? It takes a lot of work to get it going. But once the ball is rolling, we can begin to build up some speed. Motivation is the result of action. It's not motivation then action. It's action then motivation.
Listen, in conclusion, Vince, today I'd like to maybe find a way to how we can put all this in perspective with what's going on right now in the world, and as veterans, how it's important for us not to stay isolated by ourselves in those times.
2 points then. The first is this: human beings are wired for connection. So as a veteran, remain connected to your community, whether it's your veteran network, your family network, whatever that network is. Remain connected, even in a situation like COVID-19 where people are asked to remain in their homes. Leverage Zoom, leverage FaceTime, leverage Facebook video to stay connected. You and I had a great conversation the other night. Mm-hmm. An hour and a half, two brothers just kind of chilling out. I had scotch, you had this amazing stuff from France. So do that, stay connected. The other thing is this, that using that Everest example, or actually, here's a really simple example everyone will get. Being out of shape, being heavy, being obese, and trying to be active, that's going to be hard. Living a life where you're heavy and really out of shape, that is hard, right?
Yes. Okay.
Getting into shape, getting physical, and getting moving again and losing weight, that is also hard. Choose your hard. You have a choice. Choose your hard. There are elements of life that suck. Now, but choose your hard. At the other end of all that hard work is a life you really want to have. At the other end of that hard work is a relationship you really want to have. It's a community you want to have. So choose your hard. It's hard either way.
Right.
So choose your hard.
Take time while we're in this historical, actually, like this historical time of the human history, that everybody now is asked to be isolated by themselves. We are blessed, actually, to have technology that brings us together. And I think that through this, we can all get stronger. So choose your heart, embrace the suck, as my good friend Vince says. For Brothers in Arms, this is Roger. Till next episode, stay well, and we'll see you then. Cheers.